Hi everybody, this is Dee Dee from Haunted Curiosities. This is part 2. And I have Jesse with me. And he's going to continue on with the story. So Jesse, you were basically kept in the stalls for, you don't really know how long. But they ended up releasing you. And why did they do that? And then what did you go on to do?
I don't know why they did release me. I was not really released from the place. I had to work for them and clean the stables where the people was at. I don't know how and why they guess I was the person to do the job. But after I was out of those chains, they put me in some room and I was around the farm. But I used to go every day to these stables and try to clean these people. And I had to clean this place. It was horrified. I saw them, and they had scratches. They had teeth in the back neck. It was just scary. It was just scary. And
Did you try to talk to the people at all?
I tried, but they were like in their own world. They couldn't talk. They
just screams and stuff.
They were trying to tell me something, and I don't know what they were trying to tell me, but they tried to grab me, but they were like they had no strength.
Okay.
They had no strength. I was eating. I don't know why they were feeding me. They didn't feed these people a lot. Some of them, some of days, they used to go a lot of people. I don't know where they come from. Because you can see, especially where they were coming from. They was just come and you just, oh my God. Where these people came from, they just come there and a few of them just take blood from the one they were already taking blood from.
Now, that's all so horrible, and I do want to get to all of your story, but when I had to stop the recording, because for those of you that know anything about YouTube, you have to stop your recording. You can only do like 10 minutes, so I usually stop at around 8 just to make sure it all goes through. But during that time, to make sure that I could hear your voice and all on here, you told me about this lady. Her name was it Mary?
Oh, Mary Baxter.
Mary Baxter. Now, who is Mary Baxter? And she would appear in spirit form to the VM guy, or?
What I heard, this kind of vampire people, they used to talk about Mary Baxter. They used to do worship about being the spouse of Satan.
The what? What was it?
She was the wife of Satan.
The wife of Satan. Okay.
Satan.
And is this for real, or is this just somebody they knew, or?
I don't know. There were so many. You could see so many girls too. Drinking blood from people. So maybe she could have been there, but she was mentioned a lot of times.
So Mary Baxter, and did she have any kind of ability that they spoke of? Did they see her? Did they conjure her? Like
she was like a high priest.
Okay.
They say she was like a high priest, and she was she was married to the devil, and she was like a high priest, and she had the control. Absolutely control. She did? Yeah, she did have control.
Now, I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit here, but the meetings that these vampires would have once a year, where the vampires came from all over the world, do you know if she was ever present at one of those?
They mentioned her name, like I told you. I couldn't specify and tell you that I saw her.
Okay.
When they were all reunion, because they used to do this reunion every year.
Okay. And this was what they did when they did a selection. Is that right?
That's right. They did a selection, and they just take one to live and to turn to a vampire, and the next one died. I don't know why they did it, but it was the
So,
decision.
the way you described it, they were vampires from all over. They look human. They're from all over the world. They would meet once a year, and they would stand in a circle. But they would stand like in a big circle, and the human people were in the middle of it. And then they would toss some out, and it would be left down to just 3. Is that accurate?
Yes, it was.
So the one. Okay, so was it like a voting process, or did they?
Yeah, it was a voting process. Sometimes I was kind of scared because if they would vote and just say this is the guy that really we want, because I think that brings them more strength.
Oh, okay.
That's what's happening.
Okay.
The one that they thought it was gonna bring them more strength, and something else that I don't really understand why they choose these people. These people they could have taken out something about them.
Okay.
That really gave them strength.
Now, you would also mention that some of these vampires would argue amongst each other, like they didn't like each other, that they would fight.
Sometimes I couldn't even see transforming.
What do you mean transform? Like,
I saw these people being their body, it was human, and their face was like an animal. And sometimes I heard screams like a lion.
were those different types of vampires? Did they all do that, or was it only certain types?
Certain types.
Certain
when they
types.
were in the circle, they used to do that the reunion that day. That was when people used to get transformed too.
Okay.
You could see their faces, and it was horrible. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I don't know-
okay.
I don't know
Don't be
how to
nervous.
tell you.
That's okay.
It was just horrible, and I was just waiting to the moment I could leave from there. But I just saw all these things. I saw how they come out of the floor. They used to come out of the floor, and they used to be young women.
Uh-huh.
I think they just bring them. I don't know
Yeah.
how babies.
But somehow the people in the circle, they would toss them out, and I want to make sure I understand. It would be left to 3 people, one person that they would vote on to die, which they would all feast on them. And you said it was because the person was filled with so much fear that it gave them that much more energy. And am I explaining that correctly?
Yes. you
Okay.
are.
And then the other person, then they would vote on one to be turned into a vampire, but the person had to be willing. Is that
To
correct?
stay with them, yes.
Yeah, but basically they were willing because they didn't want to die,
No,
though, right?
They won't.
I mean, yeah, it's like they really didn't have a choice.
But anyway, if they didn't want to anyway, they didn't have no choice either.
Oh, okay.
So
really, you just
so
said
they
yes.
could die if they vote or not. If you wasn't the one that want to pick you, so you die, and the rest you would turn into a vampire.
Okay.
That was the hardest part then, because
And then one person was always set free.
always.
One person just set free to go, to be free again.
What I don't really understand is they always set free, and they did work for these people. I don't know why
They would
couldn't
do
leave.
it. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to have to stop this video because we're almost at the time, and we're going to continue on. I'll be right back.